This week, Undertaker retires for real this time, Sting is all elite, and Io Shirai gets trashed over the weekend. Welcome to the Full Nelson Press. Hello everyone and welcome to the Full Nelson Press. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. I'm here with my co-host Peter O'Brien. You can find him on Twitter at MVP360. You can find myself on Twitter at JohnnyJONNY_Tango. And you can follow the Full Nelson Press on Twitter at TFNP. Pete, how you been, bud?
Oh, I've been good. You know, watching the old wrestling shows that have been on. So, living the dream.
It sounds like it. You're still in quarantine, aren't you?
Yeah, we haven't left.
How is Illinois?
It's super boring. I literally put on jeans one day just to feel accepted in my house. I don't know. There's nothing to do.
How's your coworkers? And I mean your dog.
Oh, he's good. He's good. He's hanging out. He's actually, I don't know where he's at. To be honest, I just turned to look back. He's not there, so I don't know where he's at.
He's probably walking himself. Well, it's been a while. We were going to talk about Survivor Series. This is my fault. I thought WarGames was the following week, and then I swore it was going to be the week after that. And now we're almost 3 weeks deep into since we've done a show. This was totally my fault. I feel bad.
Survivor Series happened. I mean, we're basically on to the aftermath.
Yeah, we're pretty much just going to go over each match very quickly and then just go over what's been going on since then. Then we're going to talk about some other side notes and then jump into NXT WarGames, which was last night. I'm excited for that.
Yep, absolutely.
But you know what? Let's just get Survivor Series over with. First match of the night is the men's Survivor Series match. Team Raw, which is AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Matt Riddle. I'm not just calling him Riddle. Google it. And then SmackDown is going to be Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis.
Rollins leaving. Obviously, I think he's taking time out to be with his wife because they're having a kid. So whatever.
I think it's pretty good storytelling there. He still thinks of himself as the Monday Night Messiah, so he sacrifices himself for Raw. And I'm sure that'll be the comeuppance to that will be that when he comes back, he'll be back on Raw again.
Yeah, which is fine. Other than that, I don't see the purpose of this match. I thought it was pointless. It was a waste of time. It did absolutely nothing in any storytelling. Didn't advance anybody. Like last year's Survivor Series when Keith Lee was the star. This sucked. I'm just gonna flat out say it sucked.
I think the last couple of years, each Survivor Series had more weight to it, whether it was something that they were incorporating with the storyline, like when it was the Authority versus a bunch of disgruntled wrestlers, or when it was actual brand supremacy to prove something not only between Raw and SmackDown, but then NXT. Yeah, this one just kind of felt like, all right, I guess we're blue and you're red and we have to fight now.
There was no story, there's nothing that advanced anybody's character in any way. It didn't start any rivalries. Like I said, it was dead in the water. And it was supposed to focus on Uso and that whole head of the table crap, which I was just that's really all you're focusing on. That's where WWE's tunnel vision is so stupid that they're this is the only guy that gets to be advanced while everybody else is just there.
You had 5 people get squashed by the other brand just so Roman could be mad at somebody.
Yep,
that's what it came down to.
I'm sorry, that sucked.
One brief highlight I liked, and I know you're going to hate it, was Keith Lee versus Otis. It was short-winded, but it was genuinely entertaining for the 3 minutes that it went on.
I'm over Otis. He's just...
No, but it was cool to see Keith Lee.
I do.
No.
Well, yeah.
It was mostly for Keith Lee. It wasn't oh my God, Otis, thank God. It was really cool to see Keith throw Otis around.
What's Keith Lee's purpose right now? Literally.
There is none.
Who is he? What is he? He got called up. That's it. They're not advancing characters. So that moment there meant nothing to me. I was like, wow, right. Keith Lee. Where last year, NXT was the up and coming. They were yeah. And
absolutely.
People were behind NXT because they were just this is awesome. And then he got to showcase why he was good and why people liked him in NXT. Well, then he gets called up, and now he's just another face in the crowd. There's nothing to him. And there's no WWE 24 show that can help that out right now. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Where did that come from?
Well, because that's the other thing, because the 24th thing was this last weekend, but the previous one was Lana's, and we'll get to that. Like, and that means nothing.
They're trying to advance these two by doing that, and I'm sorry, I just watched a wrestling event. I'm not about to sit on and watch another story. Like, I got stuff to do. It's Sunday Night Football. See you later.
Straight up, like if I was WWE, I bet you'd get more reviews if you advertised it before the event. Like before the kickoff show, I think that's when I would be in the mood to actually watch one of those documentaries to gear up to the wrestling event, not after it. Because after, I think you're the same. As soon as the wrestling event is over, I immediately get wrestling fatigue. I don't want to read any news. I don't want to look at aftermath. I'll wait till the next morning. Yeah, exactly. Next match, it's the New Day versus the Street Profits. Awesome match. I knew this was going to be a great match. This is 4 incredibly athletic men who just put on an awesome show. Profits win. They get to put over. They're going over the New Day, which is fine. I mean, the New Day is still the New Day.
New Day can lose and it doesn't affect them. I'm glad that they let the Street Profits win. Like, it was a good match. I honestly think it was probably the best match of the night.
It could have been. You know what? I think... No, I did like the main event, but we'll get to that. Next is the IC champ match, Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley. Sami tries to do his antics, but the Hurt Business just prevents any of it from happening. Bobby just destroys Sami. It's a quick win. You know what? At least Sami isn't injured this time, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, Sami Zayn was funny. Like, he was doing his tactics. To have him take on the Hurt Business, like, that's one of those matches where you don't know who to really, like, cheer, because some people still think the Hurt Business is heel. Some people think they're face. Sami Zayn is an obvious heel. But, like, there wasn't any reason for me to really get invested. And honestly, I didn't know that match was on the card, even though I should have, because it was Survivor Series. But, like, if they would have had more of, like, a build to the match of, like, Sami Zayn calling out Lashley or something, you know, going out there being like, yeah, Bobby, you gave me vertigo. Like, it kept going on to get to that match. That would have been great. It just felt like it was thrown in there. And I was really like, and this is why WWE pay-per-views hit so low with me, because they are pointless, to be honest. There hasn't been a viable pay-per-view for WWE, I mean, since Roman turned heel, baby. That was about it. And the rest of the show, what did it do? Nothing. Nothing advances at these things, and they drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's complete tunnel vision.
Yes.
Like, this was I think wrestling is at its finest when you are forced storytelling-wise to put either two faces or two heels against each other. I think that is when you can really shine with character development, because what better way to have Sami lose to Bobby Lashley, some guy Sami's been talking heat this entire time, and then to finally get his comeuppance from Lashley, it didn't feel that way. It was just, they threw it together, it was quick, it was done, it didn't do anything for either side.
Yep.
Next is Asuka versus Sasha Banks, women champ versus woman champ. This was another great match. Banks finally gets to beat Asuka. I don't think she's been able to do it yet. Overall, though, really enjoyable match. I thought this was a good, solid match.
It was good. I'm glad Sasha didn't lose like she usually does when she gets the belt. So I was fine with it.
Right. Not much to say, though. Like, nothing really happened to that. That was one of those other matches where it was just, okay, here's one brand, one van versus each other, and then we're done. We're moving on. So, next is the Women's Survivor Series match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Lana.
This match sucked. And there was only one thing that could have helped it out. Maybe giving it a little more light. Or
what is that, Pete? Just do it. Just get it done with.
Because you know what I'm feeling.
Oh, no!
Bring it to the floor.
There's no amount of black lights that could have saved this match. Like, the whole thing of them setting up where they're like, Lana, stand on the stairs, and then she ends up being the sole survivor. That made her look worse. Like, that was no redemption story. She was useless.
Her lipstick, and I felt bad about this, but her lipstick, when she did a move, it like ran down the side of her face. So she's sitting there pouting, and I don't know if she knew or it was supposed to, but I'm like, oh no, this this is a bad look. Like, this doesn't make
really
Lana
sad.
This doesn't make Lana like feel like someone I should get behind. Like, I feel bad for her as a person that had to actually do that for a match. Not, I hope her character wins this and we should celebrate it. Like, sorry. It was sad. Like, it made no sense. And for the whole be a bully, be a star, and that's your big thing with schools, and that's the program you put out there, what school should be like, yo, we should invite WWE, they really know how to not bully. And it's more like, well, they actually do know how to bully. We should have kids watch it so they know not what to do, right?
I want to see a bunch of photo shoots of Titus O'Neil in different schools, but you continuously show Lana outside through a window having to watch with her arm crossed.
Like, no, Lana, get out of here.
I think what made it even sadder was that morning they released like snippets of the new WWE 24 with Lana involved, and it talks about how much she's got bullied in the company and cyber bullied and that she doesn't feel like she's fit in. So they give you this narrative of her and then kind of set it up where they're like, is this going to be a redemption story? Nope. Lana, still fucking useless.
Just stands there?
Yep.
You know, everyone is going to bully somebody. Like, especially like NFL, like I read it all day, like on Sunday, of people trying to call out players, but really they don't have talent. And Lana was amazing as Rusev's manager. That was her spot. And for some reason, WWE rocked the boat with it because they thought she could wrestle. And maybe she can. But that doesn't mean she can't be, like, that character. Like, if you want me to step in ring, I kick her ass. It's like, okay, awesome. And then she comes out and wins and, like, more like this Bulgarian thing. They were wasted talent, and they take these characters that are actually good, and they just bury them. This aspect with Lana, I'm sorry you're getting bullied online, but this isn't helping the bullying. That's just teeing it up more for all the trolls out there.
I think she would be great as a manager for Shayna Baszler. Give her the Russian accent back and say, this person's going to break you. And then Shayna just goes in there and does her work for Lana.
It didn't help, too, when she was doing the whole I'm hanging out with Dolph Ziggler aspect. But yet she's going to Nashville Predator games with Miro. Like, you're seeing it on social media, which kind of leads down the line that social media can ruin a WWE career. And you're just like, well, that story's dead. And then you have the other side where Dolph Ziggler's like, why the hell would you post that? Like, we're supposed to be in our story. Why are you doing that?
She shoots herself in the foot a lot.
Yeah, I don't think she's dead in the water yet, but she's very, 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 very close.
So I got to ask you, though, since we're talking about Lana, let's look at a year in review, because a year ago to now, Lana was getting married to Bobby Lashley. Do you think she's better off now than where she was?
Yes. That whole story was terrible. That was bad, because everyone knew it wasn't real.
Yep. So let's get to the main event. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, versus the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. It has been a very long time since I've seen two main eventers in a match like this. Like, and I don't mean like two people like, hey, there's big Bill Goldberg. You know, it's two guys in their prime, full-time wrestlers. I loved this. I loved this match. I loved the setup to this. I think they could have maybe not have Drew drop the belt to Randy right away. That was kind of stupid.
I don't get that aspect. But it does go to show you that people are interested in seeing different. And if you build someone up, such as like a Drew McIntyre, like, then you're over. Like, you're interested in seeing this. Like,
absolutely.
It shows that you could actually make this like a headliner at Mania, and people would be pumped for it.
Right. The last time I saw like this caliber in a main event of athletes was like Randy Orton versus John Cena in their prime. You know, like, it's been a while since we've seen like this kind of a main event, and I'm very happy for the future of WWE when I see stuff like this, because I do like the new Roman. I think WWE is finally getting their footing with what they need to do with Roman, and it's what they always need to do. It's what got Rollins over. It's give someone the ability to strive as a heel, and the crowd will get over with them. They will enjoy them more as a heel. So when you do want to make them the top face, people are going to be more behind that.
Yeah, I think this has been basically life injector for Roman Reigns, because I thought he was stale. This whole aspect is great, but like the whole still going after Jey Uso crap, like I'm like, all right, either have him join him or not. Like, I'm just kind of over it. I'm getting over that part. But now, like, Kevin Owens versus Reigns, like, And I'm not gonna lie, people, I don't tune into SmackDown every night. I can't. Like, I just physically cannot watch this much wrestling. But it doesn't have the same feel of Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre when I didn't watch anything and all I saw was a couple clips of McIntyre coming out and calling out Reigns. I'm like, that works. But like Kevin Owens right now, I don't know. He's kind of like the stun Owens stuns guy, and I really like Kevin Owens. I like the angry Kevin Owens, not this one that's like kind of babyface. Like, you know, that's why that match now really, I'm kind of like whatever. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, bravo. I mean, I'm glad that they didn't let Roman win by his spears on him, and it took a dirty move that shows that McIntyre is really high up.
Right? Yeah, because Roman just straight up punches Drew in the dick.
Yeah. So, bravo.
So that is Survivor Series. Let's move on to The Undertaker. He gets a This Is Your Life segment at the end of Survivor Series where a bunch of people they just come out to the ring. No one told Kane it was a black tie event. Poor guy shows up in all gear.
What was the point of having all of them come out?
There was no point. Because there wasn't even like an after show. Because I was like, maybe they're going to do something once like, you know, the cameras turn off. That's it. He just comes out and says goodbye. And that's it.
Yeah, it was weak. Like,
it was really weak. And he comes out using the shitty Metallica song.
Yeah, I didn't see the purpose on why they did it the way they did. I don't see why you had all these people come out. Because there were some people, like, I was just like, who? Like,
yeah.
Why are they there?
There were genuinely cool moments. The bit where they used the lightning to do his entrance song at the beginning, I thought that was kind of cool. Him doing the Paul Bearer, the tribute to that, super cool. Everything else, whiffs.
And then he kind of like talks, but like I would have been more on board if he didn't talk in the Undertaker voice. And like he started off by saying like, blah, 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 I'm the Undertaker, but then took his hat off and be like, listen, it's now safe to say I am Mark. I appreciate everybody. It's
Mark
like,
the Mark.
Just be done with it. Like, is it me, or does it still feel like he could come back?
Well, also, like, aren't we going to do this all over again for the Hall of Fame ceremony?
Right? Like,
we're not done.
Yeah, he could be done for the ring, whatever, but like the way he left kind of leaves some people out there being like, he could still go again. And I'm like, I think he could. I think he will.
Does Undertaker give at least one choke slam a year for the rest of his life on WWE television? Absolutely. But Undertaker retires, and then like a couple weeks later, Sting returns.
Hey-o.
Sting is all elite.
Yeah.
Goes to AEW for a multi-year contract.
Love it. I think it's smart. Like, that's a big name. That's actually a real big name for AEW to get, because yeah, they get all these people from like Ring of Honor, and you know, they get these underground guys. Like, signing someone with that much weight behind their name to their roster is pretty good.
Pretty big, especially because that name is big on the TNT network.
It's big on the TNT network, and it's big with wrestling fans. Everyone knows who Sting is.
I don't know about the wrestling thing. It'd be really cool if he's just like what Arn Anderson is. Like, they're saying a lot. I mean, if he does like a Scorpion Death Drop here and there, like how Taker might do a tombstone here and there, I'm fine with it. But come on, don't put him in a match at all, please.
Nope, it's fine though. You know they're gonna.
I guess Booker T said something to him about like this pretty much just ruined what he. Any chance of him doing anything else in the WWE, and it's kind of like good, because what he did in the WWE fucking sucked.
And what was the point of him being in the WWE?
To lose to Triple H?
Yeah, to fight DX. Cool.
Neat. But then also, just when you think that couldn't get even crazier, Kenny Omega is AEW champion.
Love it.
And gonna be on Impact.
Yeah. Did you see the thing I tweeted at you? I literally did it this morning. You have to look, man. I am tagging you on stuff. You gotta get the information. So someone did the New World Order and N64 wrestling game, but instead it said AEW and with the fractured. So there was Moxley, and then there's Kenny Omega, and it had Impact, and it goes N64. I'm like, oh my god, I would buy that game. So smart that AEW does cross promotion. AEW does not flex and get all mad if you talk about another company. And if I'm AEW and Impact, I'm doing everything to run WWE out, pushing them to the boundary where WWE has to make a call and do something getting better.
Because that's where it is right now. It's almost like what Vince did. He just started buying up other territories when he started WWE. But instead, it's now these indie companies working together to kind of make it so that way WWE can't just be a complete monopoly on the business.
Yeah, and I love it. And I think it's so smart and it makes the most sense. And it's such a good move. Kenny Omega win, great. I kind of feel it's kind of the same with Rollins. Like Renee, she's at home, so maybe Moxley wants to go spend some time with her for a little bit.
I think that's exactly it. I think
which is fine. He can be off TV. AEW is smart about it. They'll take people off TV for a little bit. And when they come back, there's more weight behind their name when they show up. WWE's like, no. You have to be on. You have to be on. You have to be on. It's like, right, no, you don't.
Right, because they would do, I can't remember, WWE would do this thing where it was like a 6 months of Chris Jericho, then 6 months of Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Like it was every half a year, they'd rotate both those wrestlers in and out of the roster. And it's like, do that more. That was a cool way to do that. So yeah, AEW, they're definitely striving. We only had a little bit to talk about them because now we got to lower the cage, Pete, because it's War Games. Bring out the second ring.
Oh my God.
Wheel it down.
Bring out the, oh my God, I'm over Ozzy Osbourne's War Pigs game song. Like, oh my God.
The whole night.
Oh, how many times they said War Games. I think I literally tweeted, if you are drinking when they say War Games, and this is during the pre-show.
R.I.P.
Show just started, like the actual show. I'm like, you are clinically dead. Like, there's no way you are living right now. They did it too hard with saying War Games. Like, I got it. We know. Do you think like 2 minutes went by and we forgot where we're at?
First match of the night is a War Games match. It is Team Shotzi versus Team Candice. Team Shotzi is Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai. Candice is Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm. Overall, cool. That's like your 4 top women in NXT, and that's kind of cool. Raquel Gonzalez, I think I finally can remember who she is now after this match. Like, I think she put a name to herself.
She's really good. Shotzi Blackheart is good, but I think she's green. Ha, get it? I don't think she's main event yet, but she's getting better in the ring. Like, there was times I saw, like, she looked a little behind the other. Like, Candice LeRae is really good in the ring. Io Shirai is good.
Right.
Rhea Ripley's good. The Gonzalez girl, she's getting better.
Much better.
Dude, Io Shirai is hilarious. Just putting a garbage can over her head, laughing.
She's just like, fuck it, I'm just jumping.
Loved it. Loved it.
Oh, dude, it was the best. Candice tries to get a pin at one point, and they're like, no, because you keep Io out of the fucking match, you idiot.
They're like, you have to let her in. Some sad news. It looks like I read that Candice LeRae might have broken her arm.
Yeah, it was on the spot where Shotzi jumps onto the chair.
I like how they said she put the chair up to make sure Shotzi was hurt too, because I'm like, she's literally laying on the chairs. Why would she put a chair on top of herself?
But she finishes the match, so kudos to Candice. Back to Shotzi, though. I think having her on NXT for the next 3 to 4 years is cool with me. I think it could be the Shotzi Blackheart show on NXT.
I don't want her on the main card. WWE has ruined my flavor for anyone getting called up from NXT, because I sit there and look at it and I'm like, nope, I just don't see what they would see in her. Now, Rhea Ripley, I see them shooting her to the top. Or Michelle Gonzalez, maybe Candice LeRae, but I see Shotzi Blackheart just floundering, even though Triple H has put a stamp of approval on her. Triple H has put a stamp of approval on a lot of people. Guess where they go? Nowhere.
Overall, Io Shirai, not only does she fall off with the trash can, she gets stomped out while she's still in that trash can. And then the finish is her going through a ladder onto the metal pad that connects both rings. So, yeah, the bad guys, they win.
Yeah, I liked it, though. It was a good match.
So, next match is Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa. I think Thatcher's kind of growing on me a little bit more. But, I mean, in the same sense as if you just put him on every takeover and he just has, like, a brutal, bloody match and loses every time, I'm okay with it, too.
I guess, yeah. He's cool where he's at. It's just another person I don't see going to the main roster. But the match was brutal, hard-hitting. Dude, I think his ear was hanging off. Like, yeah. Yeah. I was like, is he bleeding from his brain? And like, if he was, they wouldn't have this match going, but it looks like his ear ripped up at the top, I thought. Yeah, they're good matches. Thatcher hits hard and they go all out, but Tim Thatcher is just kind of like, yeah, and I'm going to go sell insurance after this.
Right? Like, I'm going to go shave my head and be Oni Larkin number 3.
Right?
So next is a strap match. It's strap time. Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Grimes for the 3rd takeover in a row. This match kind of just, I don't know, finished the same way as the last one. It was what it was. I don't know what else to add to these two.
I really like Dexter Lumis. I think he's awesome.
Good.
I think he's
I just want
star.
to take someone else on.
Yeah, and I think Cameron Grimes is pointless. He drives me nuts. I don't get it. And the match was good. I like Lumis. Like, he's just, like, I like his aura. I wish his music was a little darker, but he's just creepy. I like he doesn't talk. He just draws. Like, I think it's
and
hilarious.
Not good drawings.
No, they're like caricatures or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, so he's a dark drawer, but he's got a fun side. I think his drawings, like, they need to be a little darker, like, because I think that's, like, where they're going with them, but that's just me, like, nitpicking a little bit, but I like Lumis. Like, I think he's awesome.
I think Lumis would be great with The Fiend.
Have painting time with Dexter Lumis in the corner and be like, what are you painting us? And Dexter would just, like
just
draw
standing
something
there.
and stand and just stare at Bray, and Bray will be like, uh-oh, is that your next buddy? And you'd be like, oh my god, this is creepy.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
If you got drawn on the easel, like, could you imagine then someone standing in the back and be like, wait, I'm the next? And so the whole time they're watching, and in the background, you would just see Lumis step to the side in the camera angle, and then he would just fall back, and, like, people would just be, like, always constantly looking around.
Right?
Over. Huge.
Exactly.
He would be great.
Right? And that's the thing. Like, you could do that stuff with the Funhouse on SmackDown and still keep them on NXT.
Yep.
You know, like, it
just
doesn't
keep
need
drawing.
to, like, the Funhouse doesn't have to have rules to it.
Yep. I think if he does that, I think it would be awesome. It would be so smart.
I'd love it. So next, I think, which was the lowest point of the whole night, NXT North America Championship. Leo Ruff versus Johnny Gargano versus Damian Priest. A weird mess of a match. I hated this one.
So I kept hearing Leo Ruff, and I'm like, is Leo Rush back?
He looks like Leo Ruff and Rich Swann.
That you just messed it up. You get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Why would they have a guy with almost the same name as Leo Rush called Leo Ruff?
Leon Ruff.
Leon Ruff. That's dumb. Johnny Gargano. I'm going to continue saying I am bored with Johnny Gargano matches. Like, he's on all the time.
This was just a mess.
The same thing. Damian Priest, the Razor's Edge through the barricade was pretty cool. Like, I thought that was neat, but
I think I've never seen someone throw someone through something and then immediately be like, "Oh, did I hurt him for real?"
Like, is he dead? Then all of a sudden, a great promotion for Scream 5, which is coming out here next year. I can't wait.
I don't get this. Is it just like the leftovers from Retribution come out to help Austin Theory?
Yeah, also, we didn't even talk about Retribution. What is that about? But anyways, that's a different time or day.
They weren't even on Survivor Series at all.
So then they come out as Scream. Gargano wins, and then Austin Theory takes his mask off and goes, "It was me,
fucking
Austin."
hated this.
And I'm like, no, you're Austin.
Oh, that pissed me off.
Ugh.
Okay, so they had this indie girl with Candice LeRae, and now Austin Theory is with Gargano. It looks like they're making a faction between these four, which I think is a new direction for Gargano, so I'm excited about that.
He needs something. Austin Theory, was he with Angel Garza and Andrade? Was that him?
He was
Okay, that's
what
what I thought.
Did that briefly, and then I think they were like, "This isn't working. Let's do something."
Well, it
else
made no
with them.
sense. And also, where the hell is Andrade and Garza? Like, are they hurt? I don't know. Whatever. I'm
Right.
getting off topic. But yeah, I'm right. I'm there with you. I didn't think it was a horrible match until all the Scream people dropped. And I'm like, what is happening? Why is Billy Loomis out here?
There were entertaining parts where, like, Damian Priest just straight up wouldn't wrestle Leon Ruff. He's just like, just stay over there. Let me just have this match with Gargano. You are nothing to me. So that was a cool dynamic. But yeah, everything just fell flat. And then especially as soon as the Ghostface mob came in, which is cool. They revealed that it's Austin Theory, but who are the other four guys? Or does it even matter?
Yeah, I don't know.
Next is the main event, the men's War Games match, the Undisputed Era versus Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, Oney Larkin, and a fan.
Dude, Pat McAfee gets it. I hate it. You can't
I'll give
hate
it to him. I just want to piss you off.
You literally watch this dude. Yeah, he's got a radio show. He went through, 2 tables?
Dude, he had to have been training longer for these spots, because, the shit that he did... Can we talk about, straight up, how he fell off the top of the cage?
Thank you.
And no one caught him?
Yeah, he hit that hard. He's definitely feeling it today. I was actually going to tune into his podcast today, or his radio show today, because I was just I want to know how he's feeling. When he tried to do the superplex on Cole, I thought this was kind of funny, and this just shows he's still learning. Cole pushes him, and he just goes stiff. It looks like he got shot and just falls through a table.
The end of it, because they show that in the replay 3 times, and it's just he taps him, and he's just, whoa!
Pete Dunne's a machine.
He's an animal.
45 minutes in that ring? He's so good. The Kyle O'Reilly cussing out Pat McAfee was great. I love that. And they couldn't edit everything out, and some words slipped through, which was awesome. Oney Larkin and Danny Burch were good.
Sure.
Bobby Fish was good. It was really good. Now, I heard Bobby Fish lacerated his elbow, which is just another way of saying it got cut. So he's getting stitches. So I don't know.
Who else? I think it was Oney Larkin got hit in the head by a chair, and you could see at the end, his eyebrow was completely cut open.
Nice.
But, it's War Games, man.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it, and I'm sorry, I probably would have had Pat McAfee's crew go over. Really? Undisputed Era, there's not... What? They're there. They're done.
No, but I think this was the face turn for the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, but they've, done, enough for the company, that a loss there wouldn't work, and then you could actually build a new heel stable with Pat McAfee's crew. And, actually gotten them over more. I'm sorry, that's what I'm saying. Now, did I care that Undisputed win? No. But, the fact Pat McAfee kicked out of Adam Cole's finisher, I was whoa, they let him do that?
That was insane. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, and we didn't even touch base on this, and I completely forgot. There was 2 spots in the women's match that we forgot. One, freaking Ember Moon's stunner off the top rope to a chair was really good.
That was cool.
Candice LeRae getting, completely dropped on her stomach on the chair.
They did that, I think, to Adam Cole, too, in the
Oh, that was Adam Cole. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Adam Cole did it. Oh, that was brutal.
Dunne did that finisher on him with the chair, and it was the top of the chair. I was oh, why would you agree to that, Cole?
Right.
Ouch.
I felt bad for the cameraman that was stuck between both of the rings in the cage.
Can I get out of here?
Yeah, he's so passive-aggressive about it.
I have to go to the bathroom.
War Games, I feel has kind of taken over the mantle of the quote-unquote WrestleMania of NXT. It used to be, NXT Brooklyn was the... event of the year, and I think War Games has just
taken over. I like it.
Because every match was good. I didn't like the triple threat North American match, but there were still big spots in it.
Yep.
So, Pete, dud of the week.
Oh, I'm just, as pains me to say, I'm saying Undertaker's retirement.
Undertaker, wow.
It didn't care. No, the retirement, not Undertaker. The retirement
Cannot believe
in general.
On his retirement, you would make him the dud.
I don't care. I could say it. I'm saying a dude who kept his identity secret for over 30 years, who stayed in character for over 30 years, who literally went through some of the worst matches. He put his body out there for 30 years, only to have some stupid roll call of people he wrestled to only not say anything, and for him to just come out and talk in the Undertaker voice and walk away in retirement just didn't hit. I feel like he deserved more, and he should have been put out the way like every other wrestler. I'm sorry, Ric Flair retiring was against Shawn Michaels, even though he didn't technically retire, and that's why I still don't think Undertaker's done. But that was the way to go out. You go out on top. Bray Wyatt, I'm sorry, I still think should have been the one to just put him out.
Right. We've already kind of done the thing with the whole, him, I think he kind of did it early with taking the hat off, the gloves off, folding them up, and putting them in the ring. He couldn't do that again. So yeah, why not put someone... if Undertaker is really true about the business, at some point, he should be putting somebody over, somebody young. and Bray Wyatt should have been the one to come out at the retirement and just destroy everybody. Because I had a feeling they were going to do that when Kane came out in all of his fucking ring attire that he did.
Bray Wyatt could do a funhouse and be like, oh, look what I found. And he's holding Undertaker stuff and he goes, oh yeah, he was like one of my favorites. And they'll be like, I'm not finished with you yet. I would even say Finn Balor walk up with all of his clothes and be like, oh yeah, like it was really great you left, you know? And throws his clothes into his chest and be like, but we aren't done. And like turns his fingers like he's been doing. Like you could put him over, beat the Undertaker, and Undertaker would be more than happy to work with him. So that's why I'm saying his retirement is the dud, not Undertaker. The retirement was the dud.
I get it. I'm going to go with Lana. And you know why?
She was a close second.
Yeah. Stud of the week? I'm going to go with Io Shirai.
Yeah.
I mean, she lost the match, but damn, she's a champ.
It's Io Shirai, I mean, it's either her, I'm going Pete Dunne, because he just didn't stop. Like, he killed it, so kudos.
Nice. Well, hey, man, I guess the Full Nelson Press episode 92 is a wrap. If you enjoy our witty banter on sports entertainment, find the Full Nelson Press on Facebook, Twitter. We're on iTunes, Spotify. Subscribe to us, like us, review us. Do whatever you want with us.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. What have you been playing, Pete?
Call of Duty, but Cyberpunk comes out this week.
Are you getting it?
I need to watch reviews. You know me. Like,
I know you're going to hate it. I cannot believe you're going to waste $60 on a game that you're going to hate.
I don't know if I'll hate it yet. Maybe I'll like this one because it's cars and not horses like The Witcher, you know? And maybe it's like animatronic updates, which are cooler than potions. Like, I'm sorry,
I don't... heavy dialogue.
That's the thing that is keeping me, like, at bay to get it, because I hate heavy dialogue. I don't
Which blows my mind that you're such a huge Metal Gear Solid fan.
But I don't have to answer the question. Do you get what I mean? So, heavy dialogue is fine in a game. Metal Gear does it great. Like, Liquid, he'll talk and be like, this is my plan from birth. And you're like, oh my god, this is cool. Liquid doesn't go, so what do you think of that? And then there's 4 questions for me to be like, I don't like it. I do like it. Hey, did you buy a new pen today? Like, I don't need those. Just have my character do it.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty's been fun. I don't think we've been playing too much. We gotta play Skate soon. The Game Pass has UFC. I was thinking about making a super ugly UFC fighter and punching your face with him.
Nope, won't allow it. No, won't allow it. I'm too good. I did download Cricket 2019. I don't remember how the sport works, but I can't wait to play it.
Did you do it because WarGames had like 6
I saw cricket
bats
bats, which weren't real. If you got hit in the back with a cricket bat like that, oh, your back is shattered.
I hate when people pick up stuff that you could tell how light it is.
That sledgehammer or the little mallet. I'm like, no.
Yes.
They're like flipping it around. I'm like, you know how heavy those are? Like, no. Or am I that weak? I don't know.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, hey, go watch some wrestling.
Yeah, bet.